Hi, Miss Tigist. How are you?
Hello, hi.
Wow, thank you so much for joining the talk. And I really appreciate. I know that you are so busy, and and also that it's now the daytime, and you have to take care of family and so many things and business too. But really appreciate join the talk.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Maybe that before starting, uh, can you introduce a little bit about yourself, please?
Of course. So, my name is Tigist Mulatu. I know it's hard to pronounce. So, I'm originally all the way from East Africa. I'm from Ethiopia.
Mhm,
So, my background is in IT, information technology. So, I did my bachelor's in Ethiopia, and then I came to the United States, all for the green pastures in 2012.
mhm,
So it's been for me 9 years, and I've been working in corporate world for many years until I started, discovering all the digital world and starting a business. So yeah, I live in Minnesota currently. I have a 7-year-old boy, and I also have a 7 month old. So a 7 years old and a 7 months old baby girl.
Oh, that's
So yeah.
cute. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you said that your main job is the IT, right? And so are you still doing that job or?
No, no, like I quit my job within actually around 8 months into
Mhm,
my online business, into my digital business. Like I told you, like I worked for so many years.
mhm,
So it was a really good job. Like I had a good paying job.
mhm,
But once I start having family, once as I start having kids, like
mhm,
when I really start living the responsible life, then I'm like, like I told you, I'm from Ethiopia. All my families are in Ethiopia. I don't have like no support system. I live in Minnesota right now.
mhm,
I don't have no family members at all in Minnesota.
yeah.
So after I have my firstborn, I really had to decide between like my job or raising my son.
Mm,
So that career is the career that I worked so hard for.
mm,
So I was not really willing to just give that up. So what I did is I put my son to a daycare when he was really young, when about like 4 months, because you get like a 3 months maternity leave here in the United States, right? So I got
mm,
after my maternity leave, I started working right away. My son started going to a daycare.
mhm,
And then, every time my phone rings, I'm shaking at my workplace. It's from the daycare. They're going to tell me, something happened to my baby. And
mhm,
I'm like, I cannot live like this, for the rest of my life. I have to do. My husband is very busy. He's super, super busy.
mm,
And I am busy, like I have a full-time job, and who's going to raise, our son, who's going to give that full attention for our baby. And I have
mm,
to decide, I have to find something that's going to work for me that I can
mm,
do, from home. And
mm,
that's when I started, getting involved in an Amazon business. I started selling products on Amazon platform. I did that for a couple years. It was
mm,
not so much profitable for me. Like there was a lot of manual work, all the quality check, all dealing with products directly. So it was not really working for me. So I had to look for something else. And then I came across this business. So somebody was advertising. So she lives in Canada, Ontario. I live in Minnesota. So she was advertising. I saw the advertisement. It talks about, the online world, digital marketing. This is a business that you can do from home.
mm,
All you need is like you need a connection, a Wi-Fi. Like you can do this from everywhere. Like I'm a mother. And I was like, okay, I really, really resonate with this girl that's promoting this business. And I registered, I watched the webinar, and my life started changing after that point. So within 9 months into my
yeah,
business, I say goodbye to my corporate job because I actually was able to surpass my
yeah.
salary. And then I started doing this business full time. So it's been for almost 3 years for me since I'm running this business.
You are so successful. Yeah, outstanding in the community and say, oh my goodness, I'm so curious that I need to talk with you to see that why you quit the job, and I also saw that your post on Facebook when you quit the job, and also that your big job, that very good job, paid high
Yeah.
paid job too. IT, I know IT job here is a kind of the hot job in the
Yeah.
US. You quit the job and you start an online business, and I understand your pain, like as a on the similar to that other full-time employees,
Yeah.
have a take care of babies, children, the same to me.
Yeah.
I remember that one day when I was meeting with my partner, and the school say, okay, we don't have a power, so please come to pick up your children before 3, and say, oh my goodness, if I working full time and at the office, I don't know if I can get out the
Mhm.
office and to pick up my daughter. But I'm so happy because I can manage my business, and I can tell my business partner, okay, to give me a 15 minute and come back. And that's amazing job.
Yeah.
I think that we're lucky we found that something we work and why we can take care of our children,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I always say, like, it might not be for everybody, right? Like for myself,
Yeah.
I wanted to stay home. I wanted to do something from home. I want to be around my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be some people, like they want to go out to work, they want to go to a workplace,
Yeah.
like it might not be for that kind of person. But if you're looking for something that
Yes.
you can do from home while you're spending time, with your family, like going this route, going a digital marketing or online business route,
Yeah.
is the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so, since you started your business, is that the online business? What is the biggest results or change that happened to you?
Wow. Okay. So, like I mentioned before, within around 8 9 months in my business, I
Mhm,
was actually to quit my job. Like that was my major,
mhm,
major transformation. Like I was working in a corporate for many years, and then stopping that and being able to work from home, still generating even more revenue, is like a huge change for me.
mhm,
And my husband and I was able to buy a new house, our brand new house, after I started my business, and we actually were able to put half down on our house. So that is a great achievement. Lots of financial achievements,
mhm,
but more than that, the time freedom,
mhm,
the time that we get with our family, being able to take your kids, like everywhere, even if when I was working my full-time job,
mhm.
after I came from work, like I'm exhausted, like I cannot even do anything, right? Even though I have time, all I
Yeah.
want to do is like lay down or rest,
Mhm.
because like your body is just exhausted to be able to do things, like even simple things with your children, right? But
Exactly.
now, like, I have all the energy to actually be attentive, to my family.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a lot of blessing and achievements. Thank
Yeah,
God.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, we saw that a lot of posts on our community in our community, and they share that they have a time for take care of themselves, and
Yeah.
also they do whatever they want, and actually that the income is really increasing, and even that
Yeah.
yeah, much better than their main income, and this is that amazing. So actually, uh, most of us that have achieved a lot beside that
Yeah.
income, and also that the
Yeah.
personal growth, and also
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and also the network like that here. I that the business bring me to you, and then bring you to me, and I can learn from you, and we can share each
Yeah.
other our lesson plan, our lesson learn, and also that's the story behind the business. That's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, like if it wasn't this for this business, like it gives us a chance to actually communicate with people that we never knew before, like to actually
yes,
make that connection. So we
yeah,
have a huge community right now, like more than 100,000, people in our community currently.
yeah,
So these are all the people that came from all different parts of the world, right? From the United States, Canada, Australia, the UK, Europe, even some people in from Africa. So it's just a huge blessing. Even the community itself, like there's a lot of components to this business. So I'm so grateful.
Yeah, me too. I'm so grateful for being the member, the community member, and also I'm grateful for you to be here to share your inspired story. And before we finish the talk, so do you have any advice for people who are still struggling or considering that joining that community and see the still looking around and also considering that if they join the business or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So the good thing about like what I really, really appreciate about this business is it gives you like a step by step information so that at the end of all the information, you can make your own informed decision. So just because you become a member of like this community doesn't mean you started the business right away, right? So we have a free webinar. That's the first starting place. That is how I started my business. There was a free webinar that is still hosted like every Tuesday and every Thursday. We host an hour and a half worth of information. That's a webinar. We have live presenters that are dedicated to present and to teach people about the online space. They talk about a sales funnel. I don't want to get into the technical stuff of the sales funnel and whatnot because it's already covered in the webinar. So if they are really serious about starting an online business, that is the first place to start, by attending the webinar or the workshop that we host. That 90-minute information, they're going to give them an overall, like the general idea of the online space that we work in. And if they are interested in that, then they're going to take the next step, that is becoming the community member. Even at that point, it doesn't mean that they start the business, right? You get like another 3 hours worth of information where
Mhm.
you should actually sit down with your pen and your paper, learn about our products, learn about the components of the business, learn about how we get paid, learn about the compensation structure
Mhm.
and everything. So there is a learning process. You cannot just start a business by just thinking about starting a business. You actually have to start somewhere.
Mhm.
So we start with the webinar and we take it from there. So if you are looking for something, I'm speaking from experience. Like I told you, I worked on an Amazon business.
Mhm.
So everything first, I had to buy a course to actually learn about how to sell on Amazon platform. So I bought a course. That's one investment, right? But after that, okay, I have the course right now. What do I do? Have any questions? There's nobody that I can actually reach out to. There's no mentor, there's no coach. Of course I had the course, but if I have any kind of question on that course, like I Google, I YouTube, like I figured out everything by myself. So
Mhm.
this community is above and beyond by actually giving the new beginners a mentor and a coach. When you have, of course, you're provided with a training, but
Mhm.
if you have a question, if you don't understand something, you can actually reach out to somebody, just like that you and I are talking face to face right now. So there
Mhm.
are real people, real mentoring coaches that can actually answer your question. That is a blessing. So if this is your first business, you're blessed, because I have been in another business, right? So I know what I'm getting from this business. So yeah, so if you're looking for to start something online, an online business, like this might be a great opportunity for you. Who knows? If you don't know, you don't know, so you have to check it out. So that's what I say.
Thank you so much. It's really the amazing advice. Yeah. And I wish you in the future, the near future, you get more successful and also that you to help more people to get that the success of get success at a business like successful business like you and it help more people to have freedom in time and also that have a better life. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tigist.
Thank
And
you. Thank you so much for having me on your business page, on your platform. I hope I'm going to talk to you again.
yeah, thank you so much. And we see you and all of your results and everything is really inspired the people in the community. And we learn a lot from you and also the other members.
Yeah.
Thank you so much and have a great day.
You
And
too.
we
Thanks
see
for your
you.
time. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we
Bye.
see you later. Bye bye. Thank you.